Across the globe, traditional diets rooted in whole, starch-rich foods have long sustained populations with vitality, resilience, and longevity. Long before the rise of modern nutrition science or processed food industries, communities across Asia, Africa, and Latin America built their meals around naturally starchy staples that provided both nourishment and cultural identity. These traditional eating patterns offer powerful examples of how starch, far from being detrimental to health, can serve as the cornerstone of a wholesome and balanced diet, especially when it comes from minimally processed sources, prepared with care and paired with plant-based proteins, vegetables, and healthy fats. These global food traditions not only reflect time-tested wisdom but also offer modern eaters a refreshing perspective on how to embrace starch as a force for good health and harmony. In Asia, particularly in countries like Japan, China, and much of Southeast Asia, rice is more than just a side dish. It's a central part of the daily diet and a cultural symbol of life itself. In Japan, white rice, often served with fish, miso soup, vegetables, and fermented foods, remains the foundation of the traditional diet, which is associated with some of the world's highest life expectancies. While white rice is more refined than brown rice, it is often prepared in small portions and balanced with an abundance of nutrient-dense side dishes, making it a healthy and sustainable choice within its context. In other regions of Asia, brown rice, sticky rice, or red rice varieties are also common, offering more fiber and micronutrients. Additionally, starchy root vegetables like taro and sweet potatoes are widely used, especially in Okinawan cuisine, known for contributing to longevity and low rates of chronic disease. The Okinawan diet, for instance, traditionally relies heavily on purple sweet potatoes, which are rich in resistant starch, antioxidants, and complex carbohydrates. In Africa, the diversity of traditional starches is staggering, and many of them are incredibly nutritious. Staples such as millet, sorghum, teff, cassava, yams, and plantain serve as the base for meals in regions from West Africa to the Horn of Africa and beyond. In Ethiopia, injera, a fermented flatbread made from teff flour, is both a source of complex carbohydrates and a nutritional powerhouse, rich in iron, calcium, and resistant starch. In Nigeria and Ghana, dishes like fufu and EBA are made from starchy vegetables like cassava and yams, often accompanied by vegetable-rich stews full of legumes, leafy greens, and spicy herbs. These meals deliver a balanced profile of energy, fiber, and protein while supporting digestive health. The slow-digesting nature of these starches helps sustain energy over long hours of labor and contributes to a naturally regulated appetite, one reason why traditional African diets have historically supported lean body types and low rates of obesity and metabolic disease. In Latin America, corn maize has been the cornerstone of food culture for millennia. From tamales and tortillas in Mexico and Central America to arepas in Colombia and Venezuela, corn is revered not just as a staple, but as a sacred food. Traditional methods of preparation, like nixtamalization, enhance corn's nutritional value by increasing the availability of niacin and improving mineral absorption. These starch-based dishes are typically paired with beans, avocados, tomatoes, and peppers, creating complete protein profiles and delivering a broad range of vitamins and antioxidants. In the Andean regions of Peru and Bolivia, quinoa and potatoes, both native to the region, form the basis of many meals. There are thousands of varieties of potatoes in the Andes, many of which are rich in resistant starch, vitamin C, potassium, and phytonutrients. Combined with legumes and mountain vegetables, these meals illustrate how starch can be both deeply satisfying and densely nutritious. What makes these traditional starch-based diets so powerful is not just the choice of ingredients, but also how they are consumed, slowly, communally, and with balance. Meals are rarely centered around excess or isolation. Rather, they bring people together, encourage mindful eating, and are built on diversity and seasonal availability. Starches are not consumed in isolation but as part of a symphony of foods, grains with beans, roots with herbs, and vegetables with spices, that nourish both body and spirit. In today's fast-paced world, where ultra-processed foods dominate many menus and fad diets often vilify entire food groups, looking to traditional diets offers both reassurance and inspiration. These ancient culinary patterns show that starch, when eaten in its natural form and prepared with tradition and care, supports long-term health, cultural identity, and deep satisfaction. They challenge the notion that carbs are inherently problematic and remind us that food is more than just fuel, it's a link to heritage, community, and well-being. By rediscovering and honoring these global starch traditions, we can reconnect with a way of eating that is both simple and profoundly nourishing, offering not just sustenance but wisdom for how to live well.